Welcome back. Coffee with Moshe. Hope you like coffee, and if you don't, you can have tea. All right, today's featured coffee comes from Norway, which I've been to many times. We have here Evergood coffee. This is from Norway, excellent coffee. And today's featured t-shirt is from our training center in Norway. We train at Trimloven. See, in Norway, they have all sorts of funny things they put on top of the letters. Trimloven is run by a wonderful couple, Ingar and Heidi, wonderful people. If Ingar is watching this, hello, ha det bra, you know, hi and god kväll, have a good evening. So Trimloven means, I think it means barn. And it was a barn that they converted into a gym. So just today, actually, I spoke to Trond over there in Norway, and you know, gyms are closed, but hopefully, God willing, soon the gyms will be open. So for thinking of our group there in Norway, Morten and Trond, hope all is well with you guys, and Trond and other Trond. The group there, the core is, there's Morten, and then there's Trond, and Trond. So hello to you guys. So that's today's coffee. We always enjoy very good coffee over there. So I wanted to talk today about a wonderful experience I had in Manhattan, New York City, a few years ago. For years I had heard of the Guardian Angels and Curtis Sliwa. I never met him personally, but they're a group of martial artists who go around and patrol New York City, and now they're in other places around the world. And they just civilian patrol group out there to help people because there's so much crime. So I heard a lot about them. They're known because of their red caps and their red jackets. And I'm walking around Manhattan one day, one of those days I was visiting New York, and I come across a group of them. So I walk up to them to express my appreciation to them and admiration for the work that they do. I told them about myself a little bit, and they invited me to join them for their training session, which was a fantastic experience. It was late at night in a dingy office building in New York, not one of the better neighborhoods. Place was cluttered, filled with junk, and that's where they had their training session, and that's where they were running their operations from. I recall on the wall there was a big map of all of New York City, and the woman there manning the telephones, and looking at the different neighborhoods of New York and trouble spots and so forth. And they told me about some of the cases they had there, people that were killed in the line of duty, all volunteer work. I was very impressed with this, very inspirational. It reminded me of my early days in the Jewish Defense League back in Los Angeles, of just a group of citizens out there to protect other citizens, helping the police, working in coordination with the police, but just a group of volunteers spread out all over the worst parts of New York. We discussed that night tactics, working as a group, mistakes that had happened. One of the things that impressed me most was the multicultural unity over there. There was a Jewish guy, some black guys, some Hispanic guys, Asian, regular white guys, all sorts of people, but all martial artists, and all just concerned about helping others. Fascinating experience, and I wish I would have had more time to spend with them. Everybody had a name. Everybody had a code name. The leader there was Papa Smurf. Actually, they gave me the name Papa Smurf. I don't know why. There's a show called The Smurfs. Maybe because I was one of the older guys there. But everyone had like a name. I got Papa Smurf somehow. And the teacher was called Sensei Crazy J. Turns out later I found out his name was Jose, but they just called him Sensei Crazy J, and he led the classes. And I still use till today some of the tactics and approaches that I learned there from working with the Guardian Angels. They invited me to do a patrol with them. It was a great honor. And meeting them and training them was a wonderful experience. Years later, I had a chance to repay the favor a little bit in Edmonton, Canada. In those days, I was teaching at universities. Over the years, I did seminars at over 120 universities in the United States and Canada. And when I was in Canada, I was invited to do a seminar for the Edmonton branch of the Guardian Angels. And I was honored to do that and to, again, show my appreciation for the incredible work that they do. All right, so as Arthur Cohen would say, stay safe, drink coffee.